That's you. We're going to have to start making announcements. Turn your cell phones off. That's actually, this is my talk. It's been very interesting watching the invasion of cell phones. You're nodding, you had yours lit up in your pocket when you walked in the Dharma room. Yours just went off, you just texted yours. I drove here, usually I'm here working before practice starts. But my schedule was different today, so I came from home, and as I was leaving the house, my phone was right on the countertop. And I grabbed it, and I thought, I'm driving, I'm going to be at the Zen Center for 10 minutes before practice starts. I don't really need my phone. But yet, and I did leave it at home, but it was not an easy process. This addictive quality of things is very powerful. And there's some debate whether it's done on purpose or not, the content that's provided on our phones is quite addictive. The theory of addiction is intermittent reinforcement is the strongest reinforcement to make an addiction. If it always is great, you can get addicted to it, but it's actually less addicting than if it's sometimes great. Because if it's sometimes great, there's always the chance that it's going to be great. And the excitement of finding out whether it's so. I learned this theory when I was in graduate school for psychotherapy. And this was well before cell phones came around or any of the electronic revolution, although computers were just worming their way into our consciousness. But the phone is a perfect example how the narrative of I and the reinforcement of self happens time and time and time again and again and again and again. By the joy we feel, either seeing something we like, or reading something that surprises us, or getting those likes that for something that we've put up, is just this powerful addictive quality, maybe you could say. But from the point of view of Zen practice, it's an illustration of how the sense of I becomes concretized, maybe even the word reified. Something that doesn't exist. All really the sense of I and self is a concept. But that concept gets reified, gets created into something concrete by these reinforced experiences. So we believe we are I. But investigation shows this thing that we call I is actually not so solid. But Zen practice is the investigation into this thing we call I. This is what makes Zen practice, and really, honestly, Buddhism in general, a little bit different than the practice of mindfulness or some of the secular tools that have been pulled out of the Buddhist context. Those secular tools are fantastic, and they're adding an amazing benefit, I believe, to our society in general. But they're a little bit different than Zen or Buddhism, because Buddhism, and specifically Zen literally means meditation. So what Zen means is the heart and the foundation of practice is meditation. Meditation, in our context, is investigation into the question, what am I? Comes in many forms, but the foundation of that practice is sitting still with eyes lowered, slowly breathing in, slowly breathing out, and somehow there's a lot of different ways we give instructions. Paul gave one way tonight. That's our standard way. But fundamentally, you're raising this question, what am I? And you're observing. You're not thinking about it, although of course we do think about it. But most importantly, you develop the ability to observe. What am I? I manifests all the time, every day. What we're developing is the capacity to observe it with a critical eye, or maybe you could almost say a scientific method kind of eye. This kind of eye. So that we're looking with a little bit of curiosity, wonder, maybe some skepticism. What is it?